Hey everyone, it's me. I wanted to talk about, I want to delve a little deeper into what happens when you go through an alienation, whether it's a partner or other, but most importantly, from your child. Your child has chosen to disconnect from you. And I want to talk about the side that is rarely discussed and not talked about a whole lot because as women, we're supposed to be strong and we're supposed to be able to survive for our children and do whatever it takes to ensure that they have as good a life as we can give them. And we put on a happy face. We have to smile and we have to give them a hug and tell them everything's going to be okay, even when we're facing things, when our child has to have surgery. Or my youngest daughter, she had a cavity in one of her teeth when she was very little. She was 3, and she had to have that tooth pulled, and first a root canal, then the tooth pulled. And I still remember that I had to tell her it was going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And while they took her away and took care of her, I still wish I could have been in the room with her and holding her hand, telling her everything's going to be okay. And we rarely talk about how when our children separate from us and we are so very devastated. And this is the humanity side, the empathy and compassion side. How some parents go through feeling as if they don't want to live anymore, that their value and their worth is absolutely gone. I have talked to moms who have checked themselves in for mental health because they didn't feel safe anymore, that they had planned on taking their own lives. And that's the side we don't talk about. That's the side that moms are ashamed to admit. I'm not strong enough to handle this. I need other people to walk me through this, to guide me, to tell me that I'm going to be okay, because I don't feel okay right now. I want to touch on the heartstrings of children who have broken free from their parents and have gone on and started their lives over and started their own families and have taken on other women as mothers. Maybe it might be a mother-in-law or an aunt or something, and someone on your husband's side. But and I know it's easy to say, well, this, I no longer have a mom, or I no longer have a dad, and I no longer care. And you may have said cruel things, and you may have said, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see you, you can't see your grandkids anymore, you can't meet your grandkids. But behind all of this is a parent, a mother or a father, who is a human being, who has feelings, who can only take so much. And there are parents who have gone on to basically suffer in their own lives. And it's, if you look at that person and you were to walk out on the street and you saw a stranger crying, if you have empathy, compassion, and kindness and love in your heart, you would feel for them. You would want to give them a hug. You would want to reach out to them. You'd want to tell them, hey, whatever you're going through, it's going to be okay. And I think the thing is when children break free from their parents and they don't see them, it's easy to disconnect from that person. And it's easy to not realize that person has feelings and they have a heart, and they would be a stranger on the street crying that you'd probably give a hug to. And maybe another woman, another child who does see that woman, that stranger crying, can give that woman a hug. If you are a child who's disconnected from your parent, and a part of your heart does not ache or hurt or feel sadness for that parent who is ultimately suffering and has experienced a huge loss and has come to terms with it and has let go and has accepted the situation, I think if you pull back the layers, like the onion, peel back the onion, and realize that deep down inside, if there is a glimmer of hope, or if you can even feel the smallest amount of compassion towards your parents, towards your mother or father, if you can feel compassion for a stranger, and you can feel compassion towards someone in a movie, someone that may be crying, or a reality show, or whatever the case may be, I want you to think of your parent being in front of you and seeing their tears. And if you cannot feel any compassion or empathy for them, which is ingrained in certain people, not all people, but some, I just want you to dig deep and see if there's any ounce of compassion that you can extend towards your parent, even if it's writing them a letter and saying, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry I disconnected. If there's anything you can do, because most parents who are in this situation, if they could just hear the word mom, dad, I love you, thank you for giving birth to me, thank you for certain things. If you can pull back the layers and get past the anger and the hurt and the disappointment and the fact that maybe you had a shitty childhood, and if you have a parent that has apologized, or has tried to make good, or has tried to reach out, or who has done everything in their power to try to make things right, if you can show them the smallest ounce of compassion, just to put a little bit of super glue inside of their smashed heart, you can do that. If you can let go of whatever you've been holding on to for so long, to just show them, I can guarantee you, it's not just doing it for the parent, but doing it for yourself to soften your heart again. It would just be so healing. And even if you can do it and extend grace to someone, I know someone whose parent, I'll say whose father, was not present in this person's life, and never sent a Christmas card, birthday card, didn't, just was, and who still has contact with one of his children, and the child who never received a birthday card, the child who did not have a father, has extended an olive branch to that parent over and over and over again. And the parent didn't still make things right. The parent has made promises, has fallen through, and that child has extended grace to that parent. So the child can rest today knowing that they did everything in their power to try to give that person an opportunity to apologize and just explain why they were not present in that child's life. That is the grace I'm talking about, that if you can extend grace to someone who does not deserve it and give them another chance to make things right, then why not? Why not? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope this video helps someone. It's very windy outside. I hope you can hear me. But that's all I wanted to talk about, and I hope you're having a good day. Bye-bye.